There are a lot of incredible talents in the NBA today, and many weren't highly viewed by NBA scouts, and some even flew completely under the radar. Based on their value to their NBA teams right now, you may not know that these guys went undrafted. But here are the 5 best players based on their current production in the past couple of years that are playing in the NBA right now, in my opinion. Alright, coming in at number 5, we got Kendrick Nunn. Kendrick Nunn is a legit contender for Rookie of the Year this year. He is the starting guard for Miami, and early in the year he was averaging over 20 points a game. If he had not gone to a mid-major D1 college, he likely would have gotten drafted, as his final college year he averaged nearly 26, 4, and 4, and that speaks for itself. He was a walking bucket in college and proving the NBA doubters wrong. He's only a little past halfway through his first year, so I didn't want to rank him higher, as you never know with injuries or unexpected outcomes, but if he continues to play like he is now and improve, he has a chance to go down as one of the best undrafted players of all time. Alright, coming in at number 4, we got Seth Curry. Many know him as a brother to Steph Curry. While not as good, many never believed he would even make it to the NBA. Former Denver Nuggets coach George Karl even made the comments that Seth Curry would at most only be in the NBA for a couple of years. Well, he's not the star his brother is, but that doesn't mean he isn't one of the highest quality backup point guards in the NBA today. His gifted shooting ability fits perfectly in the NBA right now, and many like to point out that he even has a higher career average 3-point percentage than his brother. In the past 3 years he's been averaging nearly 11 points a game and shooting about 43.5% from 3. No, he'll never be the Hall of Fame player like his brother, but he is a quality backup point guard and likely will be for another 5 years. Alright, on to number 3, we got Joe Ingles. Joe Ingles, although he looks like a 45-year-old dad, has been a very good player for the Utah Jazz in the past few years. From the memes to blocking Paul George in the playoffs, Ingles has had some memorable career moments. He's a great shooter, a crafty passer, and an underrated defender. He shot over 40% from 3 in his career and has averaged over 5 dimes a game in the past 2 years as a forward. And he's also posted a defensive win shares rating of 3.0 or higher in each of the past 3 years, which is very good for a player not regarded as a great NBA defender. Overall, he's a perfect role player in today's NBA and is highly valued. Alright, on to number 2, we have Wesley Matthews. Matthews has been consistent for a number of years now, even after tearing his Achilles in his last year playing with Portland. One of the best 3-and-D players of the past decade, he has fit in perfectly in the new NBA style of shooting threes and being able to switch defensively onto multiple positions. For these reasons, he's been highly valued and continues to play well into his mid-30s. A career 38.2 shooter from three-point land, he has also been one of the most reliable shooters in the past decade. He's one of the best examples of how an undrafted player can rise and be an NBA player for more than a decade in this league and be very valuable. Before I get on to revealing the number 1 player on my list, I wanted to mention some honorable mentions, which are Ishmael Smith, Langston Galloway, JJ Barrea, Aaron Baines, Jeremy Lin, and Kent Bazemore. Coming in at number 1, we have Fred VanVleet. After the great 2019 NBA Finals he had, the season he's having right now, and with his potential, Fred VanVleet had to be number 1 here. Again, I made this list off of the top 5 players of their production right now in the NBA, and VanVleet right now is showing out for all the undrafted guys. He's a dynamite scorer and already a near 40% 3-point shooter on his career. It's hard to imagine that he wasn't drafted at this point, especially after being part of a Wichita State team in college that in all 4 years of his playing made the March Madness tournament and won at least 1 game in the tournament and even made it to the Final Four 1 year. Even after everything he accomplished in college, he went undrafted and eventually found his way to Toronto, where he currently is now and one of the best players on the team. He's a major reason why Toronto is currently the number 2 seed in the East even after losing Kawhi Leonard. He's only 26 years old and has much more room to grow. He has a very bright future ahead of him as not only what Drake imagines himself like on the court, but as a future star point guard and a Toronto fan favorite for years to come. Overall, in my opinion, these are the top 5 undrafted players that are making the biggest impact in the NBA right now. What do you think of my top 5 undrafted player rankings? Did I forget any? Would you rearrange the order at all? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more. And as always, thank you very much for watching the video.